And I'm Bobby Forties. Welcome back to another Fantasy Video Minds Killing and welcome back. So it is another fantastic Pokemon Go video. And of course, Saturday was Raikou Raid Day. Yes, we were trying to literally get a shiny Shadow Raikou and also get hopefully get a pretty decent IV one so we can use in raids whenever I get down to powering it up. Because as you know, everything trickles down in my account, even power-ups. So every time a task that allows me to power up a Pokemon 25 times, or something like that, that'll be when that Pokemon will officially get, some decent power-ups. Anyway, so it's Raikou Day. Most of these, actually, we only did 14 raid passes. Of course, in this video, isn't all 14. Just a couple of them. Because, of course, when I was editing it, had it on top where it was all messed up, and it was pretty much unbearably unwatchable. So, you're not seeing all 14, just some of the highlights. And, of course, really strong one, and of course the shiny is in this video. Anyway, let's further ado, let's get into it. Right, so we are starting off on the 23rd, doing some bits for research, where I have to complete one max battle. Because of course we already powered up a Pokemon 25 times. So this is Friday when you saw the last video where I was doing this. But yeah. So when you saw the last video, I was editing this. So this week in Pokemon Go, or starting on Monday, will be another max battle day. Tuesday is, of course, 3 times another Stardust collecting, which I will be doing, because of course we need as much Stardust as we can. So I'll be doing Tuesday's Spotlight Hour, and Wednesdays, of course, Tornadoes, which I don't know yet. I will probably end up doing, because I don't have the money at the moment, as I'm running a bit low. So, no, this isn't Raikou Raid Day. It's already making this video quite long, but this one took the cake. It took so long to take this Beldum down. I don't understand why it took so long. It's like it just got so much stronger than since the last time we did these Beldums. But yeah, it was. I think it took so long because I wasn't using my other account. I was just using my main, so that's why this took so long to take down. And then, of course, we got another Team Rocket grunt that we need to take out for another research. I know. Usually, I will not put these balloons in because I don't know, it just was not worth it. There we go. Boom. There we go. Let's get this down. Shinx. I feel bad for this Shinx. It really did not deserve being against Shadow Groudon. So yeah, we did actually remove frustration off of these Pokemon, which is pretty cool. And then we did add Precipice Blades to this Groudon, ready for Raikou Raid Day, even though it's only like level 30, but it will be level 40 at some point when the next power up another Pokemon 25 times comes up, which probably will happen because of course it is the new season. And then we got the next research, which gives us a native and female. Okay, the first part of this Precious Pals Team Rocket Takeover event. The next one is catch the Pokemon 20 times. That's pretty cool. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. We are now going to take off frustration off some of our really strong Shadow Pokemon. So here we go. This is Flamethrower off of our Heatran. And then putting Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball on our Darkrai. The reason why I want to do that on camera is because it's pretty good. I know in my last video that I did it on the Groudon. And then we're going to vote. I was sat in the Weatherspoons. We had a Glacial Law, and we actually evolved my Glaceon here. EV into Glaceon. And this is my Hundo, by the way. This is the Hundo that we got from the Dynax battles. I know. For some strange reason, we had a glitch where the Pokemon just disappeared. I have no idea what happened. My game's just been completely broken for the last week. And then, of course, on the way back from having a family thing in the park, we officially got best friends with my brother. Finally, 3 years in the making. Finally, there it is. Best friends from my brother, right there. Multiple years in the making there before getting best friends, but yeah. So we missed a lot of this event because, of course, I had a family thing at the hospital. So I just don't want to go into that. But just a family emergency. So we missed a lot of this event. So all I wanted to do, try and get the 14 raid passes done, and that's it. I'm not really doing any more. I just wanted to get the 14 raid passes done. Yeah. Anyway, so I am in this one with my old, of course. We are using Groudon. We are using my Mamoswine with ground type moves. My Shadow Groudon, Shiny Groudon, and of course 2 Garchomp. I would probably have used Shadow Garchomp if I had one. Unfortunately, I accidentally purified it to make it 98. But, you know, if at some point they make it so you can actually re-shadow Pokemon, that would be great. But I know it's probably not going to happen. So yeah, this is for our first raid. A 1924. I think this one was. Yes, in 1924. Personally, I thought, oh wow, okay, this probably could be pretty good. But I don't think this one was even a catch. If I recall, yeah, we did not catch a lot of these because, one, we didn't have White Cume's Adventure effect on at all. One, because we didn't have White Cume fused. But that's okay. And also, I think we did. There we go. Oh no, it was a catch. The 1924 was a catch. Oh, it was terrible IVs anyway. And then we got some other raids here. I think I was in. Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. There was a lot of raid. A lot of these raids have been removed. Of course, we kept filling up an item bag a lot. If you do see items getting dropped in, my Gold Plus was on. the whole time. So if you do see that, it's not that my game was broken. I do have my Gold Plus on the main. Or, well, I try not to say that. Anyway, we got this one down. By the way, my brother did not get a good IV raikou. He did do the 8 raids, but he did not get a good IV. And this is an 1874. I think this is the one that I thought was the hundo. Yeah, I think this is the one that I thought was the hundo. But then I realised, oh, was it? Because I misread what the actual CP was. So, but it's not the hundo. So, thank God for that. I was like, I was this close to master balling it. Because I misread the CP. But no, this wasn't the hundo. 1874. 1974 would have been the hundo. 1874 was not the hundo. So, thank God I did not master ball that. That would have been pointless, huh? Especially since you can't actual bottle cap shadows. And we are now in another raid right here. I do actually love that. It's just that this was just filling up my item bag a lot with these tier 3 raid item increase. Even though I wanted like to collect a lot of like rare candy, but we're just getting potion after potion after potion. I was like, okay, here we go. And we're getting this one done. I think we got like a, I think we got 21, no, we did get a 1923, 1933 I think, but that one ran. Yeah, we did get as close enough to have good IVs, but, you know, some of them did not catch. The reason why I'm showing you this one is because of the IV flaw. This one was my best. So you can see the top. 1963. Yes, 1963. That literally was the best one that we actually found the whole day. I was like, oh my god. And then we clicked on it. I was like, am I misreading this? Clicked on it. Yes, 1963. Yeah, I know. That's a 96 IV raikou. And we were like trying to see if I can get this caught. You need to bear in mind, we do not have a platinum electric badge. And then I literally did a critical catch on it, and I was like, oh my god, I finally got myself a 96 IV raikou. There we go. So we got a pretty good IV there for raids, for water type raids, even though there's probably not going to be that much. And yeah, got a lot of other. Bear in mind, not all of the raids are in this video. I had to cut a lot of them out because, of course, because this video would have been extremely long if I kept them all in. And yeah. So we got the next one. Using my level 50 96 IV Groudon here, which if we get another silver bottle cap, we will be silver bottle capping this Groudon. to make it a hundo. You probably think, is Silver Polka worth it? Yes, it is. For, well, just even though I will never probably end up getting another, do another load of Groudon raids. Well, it really depends on if I need the actual primal Groudon energy, but this one was not a catch. I don't think so. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't think this one was caught, but yeah. Raikou Shadow Raid. I'm not 100% sure why they chose this. We had it back when it first originally started in 2021. I did not get a good IV then. Then it came back for 2024, I think. Yeah. And I did not get a good IV then either. So, of course, 2026 was our year. We finally got the good IV. And, of course, what will be coming up in a minute. But, yeah. And I thought, was this... I don't think this one was the catch. I think this one ran on us. Yeah, it was a pain to catch. This is what I mean by raid days. It's just annoying. When you just want to catch the Pokemon and move on, but you're just basically just throwing Pokeballs and all of that. And of course, this is just another raid. As you can see, my ult is not in this because by this point we only had 8 raids on the ult, and I did not want to pay $5 for the rest of the raid passes. So got the rest done. Also, forgetting by this point there was a lot less people jumping in these raids, but we still managed to get down. I don't know why I chose this team. Yeah, this is what was happening most of the time, is that it took so long to get into the lobby. But, yeah. Well, we got a 96 IV Ground Raikou. Do you know what? That's good. I mean, could have been better, but a 96 IV Raikou with 15 attack was pretty much what we wanted to have happen. So now with these water type Megas coming, new ones, and of course Mega Blastoise at some point should be back in raids, and you got Slowbro as well, which we don't have yet because we just couldn't been able to like duo and all of that with them. So hopefully with some of these brand new Pokemon for our raid teams, we may be able to actually take down those Pokemon. And also the new water type Megas that will be coming very soon as well, which we'll probably end up having a raid day first, and then just be in regular raid rotation. Yeah, this is me just getting a bit frustrated of just trying to catch these things. So I'm just throwing the balls and just not even timing it right. It's just yeah. You know, eventually I'll have a white Cube and just have that on, which apparently does make catching Pokemon a lot better, or a lot easier. So I will have my white Cure actually no, we've done white and black Cure raid day. I just haven't fused them yet. So that will be in an entirely different video. We just don't know when that will happen. Okay. Yeah, these are going down quite quickly. And well, there's only, what, 12 people in this, so... There we go. That's that raikou down. Yeah, it's a lot of these raids were cut out, and this is the 1900 one. It definitely isn't good IVs, but it's literally the top of the IV floor for raikou-ish. I think it's at 10/10, but the only issue is that they had it so you have various different IVs, so you could, I think it's like the bottom of the IV floor was 666, and then weirdly was the bottom of the IV floor. And there we go. I don't think this one was a catch either. I don't remember seeing a 1900 one in my Pokemon storage. So yeah, I did say if you get items coming up on the left of the screen, it is because of my Pokemon Go Plus was on the entire day. Yeah, that one was not a catch. And this is the next raikou raid. Of course, I kind of forgot to well, we'll hit record button, but we managed to get it here. Of course, people are hitting the purified gems. I don't want to use all of my purified gems for these, because I do want to use them for Pokemon that I want to try and duo or solo. Well, duo mostly. And then we looked at it and we were like, you know what would be great if this was shiny? And then boom, there we go. We get shiny, a 1918. Not bad. We were like, everyone else around me was getting shinies, and I was like, still about what, 8, 9, 10, well, 12-ish raids in at this point. No shiny raikou. We're still in the old passes. Damn. Okay. I mean, I can't tell you how many raids this is, because a lot of the raids that we did were cut out for time. So yeah. So we've got the team that I'm using is our level 50 96 IV Groudon, a 96 IV level 40 Mamoswine, and our level 30 98 IV Shadow Groudon, our shiny Groudon, which is only like 91 IV, and then our 2 Garchomp, which we're working on golden bottle capping. So the bottom ones are golden bottle cappable ones for ground, and the top are basically just silver. But if we can eventually bottle cap shadows in the future, most of these are like the ability to have a purify hundo, and then we shadow them if there's ever an item that we can actually use to be shadow Pokemon. That would be great if they're not going to allow us bottle cap Pokemon. but allow us to reshadow them, purify and then reshadow in the future. But I know they probably won't allow us to do that. We are getting a lot of XP in this, like 30,000 XP is not great, but it's good enough that we can almost get to the next lot. So we already leveled up this January anyway, so hopefully by February we'll get to the next level. I don't think this one was a catch either. Is it? Oh, cool. Not really a catch. 1, 2. No. I don't know. I don't know if this one was a catch. No, it was. I don't think it was because I think I totally screwed that one up. Yeah. It ran. And then we're in the next raid here. I think this is the last raid of the day, as I didn't want to stay too long. We were running out of orange passes, and I think going into green after this raid. So same team. Our level 50 96 IV Groudon, a 96 IV Mamoswine, a 98 IV Shadow Mamoswine that isn't level 40 yet, it's only level 30, a shiny, and of course 2 Garchomp. And of course the level 50 and the Shadow are the ones that have the Precipice Blades on. I don't think this one was a catch either. I can't remember what the IV of this is, because I can't see it with it being so fast. But yeah, I don't think this one was a catch either. No. And then this is the last raid. Oh yeah, by the way, we are dumping a bunch of rare candy into our Heatrons. So if this is what you were wondering what I'll be dumping all my rare candy into, this is what we dump all our candy into, is just the next counter down. We still got a lot of items that we could just get rid of. It's just, we don't need half of these. Like berries and stuff. Just, I don't know. It's just a lot. Let's put 45 of the XLs into Garchomp. And then we've got the times research. And then we've got a couple of this brand new, this our raikou that we just got. Oh, and we also took frustration off of it. Gave it thunder. But I think we don't need thunder on it. I think it's the wild charge that is what we need on raikou. But we did take off frustration off in of the raikou. I just didn't film that. I did that off camera. And I think now I'm just going to be trying to get wild charge on it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, also, Aura Sphere is pretty good as well for raikou. It's not too bad. And we're just removing a lot of items there. So yeah, of course, Yep, Thunder Shock and Wild Charge is what you want on raikou. I just can't believe we got a 1963 there. Just to almost end this video. One of the best Pokemon. Of course, we did get a bit of candy because we did have our Manectric on. Unfortunately, it wasn't fully tier 3 by this point. We missed a couple of days by accident that we needed to power up. But anyway, we'll just dump a bunch of rare candies into it when we get to it and have it one of the best Pokemon. Oh, and now we're going to just work on clearing all of our January tasks because January is almost coming to an end. Of course, as I'm filming this, it's only the 25th. And we'll be doing February tasks. And then we could just do that and get a bunch of brand new items. Of course, tier 3 is making it so we get a lot of raids. Unfortunately, raiding at the moment Tornadus probably ain't going to happen because I haven't seen one all day. Or one that I can actually go and run down quickly and do. They do give you a load of junk, like Pokemon, in these tasks. Boom, there we go. That's clear all of this. We do not know what we will be getting in February during one of these. We probably get the silver bottle cap. I don't know. Is it silver bottle cap next after the lucky trinket? But yeah, I know we only get one like silver bottle cap per season. But will February be part of that season of getting the first of the silver bottle caps of 2026? We don't know. Okay, Sliggoo. Diglett. I really don't know why they put Diglett there. Of course, we've got Dialga, so I'm going to just do this instead of making you watch all of the other like Pokemon. So just going to try and catch this Dialga in an Ultra Ball. It's not really good IVs either. I think it's just bad. Oh, we got Bagon, which ain't too bad. Is that it? Is that all we got? Yes, it is. Oh, we've got this Marowak, which I'll probably just send to the grinder. It was terrible IVs anyway. And we've got Dynamax Sphere. One, two, three. There we go. That's Feel, which I'll probably end up sending to. Anyway, that is it. Well, that's the end of this video. I'll probably end up dumping a bunch of candy again into another Pokemon, clearing up my storage, my bag storage, my item storage, not my Pokemon storage, but my item storage for the next couple of raids, because coming in a week we've got another video, mostly the Tornadus raids, trying to see if we get a shiny of that, and then we'll be having Spotlight Hour on Tuesday, which of course is more Stardust. And then Wednesday is Tornadus Readout. If you don't get the shiny, I'll probably end up doing that. But I know I probably won't be able to solo. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. But we've got Tornadus for 2 weeks. I think we've got it for 2 weeks. Anyway. And then, of course, we've then at the end on Saturday we've got Ho-Oh, of course, Dynamax Raids. I don't know if we'll get the shiny because, of course, it's more full odds rather than 1 in 20. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.